Friends, I'm Bhavna Sharma and you're watching MR Infoline. I have with me in the studio today Anu Mittal, who's an image consultant and a personal stylist. A hearty welcome to you, Anu.
Thank you so much, Bhavna, for having me here. It's all my pleasure.
Anu, the first question, image consultant. Not much people know what is image consultancy. What exactly is it?
Okay, I'll tell you in very simple language. Image consultancy is like turning into your best version. Whatever God has gifted you, whatever your physical features are, we try to make you your best version. And it stands on three pillars. It's like your appearance, the way you communicate, and the way you behave in certain situations. We work on all these three pillars and we design a very, very sharp image for you.
Anu is the founder of August Presence. And Anu, August Presence, why do you think you kept the name of your company as August Presence?
Okay, August Presence basically means to have a very dignified presence, to have a very, very good impression on others, how to create a very good impression on others. So our tagline of business is don't be anonymous. It's 2018 now, it's a highly visual world. So we try to design a presence of you which is highly dignified and very elegant.
And if I talk about your journey, August Presence, and you being an image consultant and a personal stylist, how did it all start? Were you really motivated right from the starting? I want to be an image consultant, or there was something else and it just happened?
Okay, honestly speaking, Bhavna, in my initial years, I was a very plain Jane kind of girl. I never took appearances or the clothing part very seriously, but I had to face a lot of failures in my personal life and professional life. Though I have done my masters in apparel and textiles and I'm a two-time gold medalist, but still I had to see these failures. So what I can say is the life mantra coming directly from an image consultant, all my experience, I always tell my clients that don't take appearances lightly. Appearances do matter, and whatever, even if you're a bundle of talent from inside, if it's not visible from outside, it's high probability that you will face a lot of hurdles in your life, in professionally as well as personally. So we always tell our clients that you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your appearances, and appearances here doesn't matter only the glamour part. It's like you should look best of your version and you should look like whatever your goal is. If your goal is to look very professional, you should look very professional. If your goal is to look very glamorous, you should look very glamorous. Even if you're a housewife, you should look like something, like you have arrived. Whenever you are in a public situation, you are in a lot of people, between a lot of people, you should stand out.
Anu, like you said that we should stand out in public whenever we are there in a party or at home or anywhere. Our presence should be felt. People should recognize who we are. But basically, you know, what I have felt, what people think about image consultancy is that if you're a woman and you've been wearing traditional clothes, switch over to Western and you might look makeovered. But do you really think this is the fact?
No, it is not at all the fact. If we see very strong women leaders around India, most of them are very traditionally dressed, still they stand out.
Yes.
Because they know what they are and how should they appear in certain kind of public. They know what their goal is basically. If you see, like if you we go back few years back, like Indira Gandhi, she was always in a traditional attire, but we still remember her presence. It was so powerful. So it's not about Indian or Western, it's about what suits your body types, what is your personal coloring, like what kind of colors does help you in standing out, and what are the colors which will suit the situation basically. So your face types, your body types, knowing about yourself is the main part of consultancy. Image consultancy.
And if you talk about image consultancy, Anu, who do you really think requires it? I mean, do you think this image consultancy is for those who are CEOs of a company or probably leaders or, you know, somebody who's heading the entire, or is it for everybody?
It is for everybody. It is like anyone who is a professional. Of course, it really helps him or her to stand out And even for the homemakers, even for the like entrepreneurs, basically the coaches, the trainers, anyone who is going through some kind of life change like marriage, divorce, or anyone who's recovering from any kind of illness, or people these days go for major weight changes, they lose a lot of weight, and they want to look very attractive, and they want to use this their new look. And so we help these kind of people so that they can come out from this transition phase and they can again face the world. And even the coaches and the trainers, because the main thing is they are always in the public eye, so they should look significant. So we help them create an image, we design an image for them which really helps them standing out.
So Anu, talking about your work, basically like that we've mentioned this entire image consultancy is for any and everybody, but why do they require, and is it like just a surface makeover or is it something else?
Okay, Bhavna, I'll tell you. Image consultancy is often confused with temporary makeovers, or that only it involves grooming part. It's based on a much deeper science, and it lasts for your lifetime.
Yes.
And it brings a lot of changes. Once you go through the process of image consultancy, you will know how to highlight your strengths, you will know how to minimize your weaknesses, and it serves you lifetime. It brings a lifetime change in you and your wardrobe and your mannerisms and the way you communicate verbally and non-verbally.
We're talking about your work, Anu, and when people think of image consultancy or a personal stylist, you know what they really think? You'll have some designer who will tell you what to wear, what not to wear, or probably somebody who will ask you to wear very expensive clothes. But do you think it's an expensive affair, or it is something which can be affordable by a normal person also?
Again, I'll say it's a investment in yourself, and it is the best kind of investment you can gift yourself. It brings lots and lots of changes in you. It's not only about appearances or only about dresses. We recommend certain kind of changes in your dressing according to your roles and goals, but in longer term, if we see in longer term, you after going through the process of image consultancy or personal styling, you will stop making those expensive mistakes, which everyone does, which I also used to do. So your wardrobe is full of garments, and might be there are pieces which are very expensive and you have worn them only once or twice. So after going through the process, you will know what is your body, what is your fashion type, what is your comfort level, and what is required for your professional thing. So you will always, you will become a very intelligent shopper. You will communicate in a certain way, which is really the requirement. So in longer run, if we see, it is not at all expensive. It will really reduce your expenses.
And I think it's all about comfort. If you are comfortable in something and you can reflect your real self, that basically is your image. And if you can glorify that image, I don't think you really require something else. But the problem is we keep imitating people. We look at the celebrities and we're thinking if we dress like them, we might end up being a celebrity. But that's a wrong choice. That is why the role of an image consultant comes in. Now we'll talk about men. Generally, I have come upon a lot of men, not that I am against any of them, but generally what I see is they end up having a pair of a nice shirt and a trouser, and they say we are done. Why do we require an image consultant or a personal stylist? What do you have to say about this?
Okay, as my experience say, like I've been working with a lot of men clients. Men usually get stuck into a similar kind of style. 10 years, 15 years, they are wearing the same kind of clothes, they are carrying the same kind of style. So in our language, we call it style rut. So they don't want to come out of it. So what I really coach them is, like, if you are taking steps ahead in your career, and if you are even aiming for higher roles, you should look like one.
Yes.
And if like last 10 years you were in middle management, now you are in a senior management, the style should be more significant, you should look more elegant, you should look more authoritative, you shouldn't look like a middle manager, you should look like a senior manager. If you're aiming high for C-suite positions, you should be ready for that thing. You should start looking like a CEO before becoming one.
So Anu, we've been talking about men and their image consultancy, and you know, one thing that I've personally felt, generally when we talk about makeovers, you know what men think, that we're going to ask them to wear red shirts or probably bright colors and convert them into something else, but that's not really right. We've come upon a lot of people who say image consultancy or, you know, a personal stylist would change over my entire attire and my style, but that's not really right. We actually make you comfortable in what you feel like having. Anu, we're talking about your work. What basically is your work profile? How do you work with your clients?
Okay, I'll tell you something about August Presence. August Presence has two verticals. One is corporate image consultancy and the second one is personal fashion and styling. So in corporate image consultancy, we coach people, executives and organizations regarding all the aspects of image consultancy. So it covers impression management and executive presence and how to refine their personal brand basically. The programs are basically designed for executives and organizations. So right now we have two such programs for executives and organizations. One is Image Arch, which is a 4-month-long program, and the second one is Image Boost, which is a 2-month-long program specifically designed for coaches, trainers, entrepreneurs, mompreneurs. So we really help them to create a specific personal brand.
Personal brand, that's a very nice terminology. What exactly is this personal branding?
Okay, this personal brand is like we all have a personal brand. Knowingly, unknowingly, each one of us is carrying a personal brand. Even हमारी काम वाली बाई का भी एक personal brand होता है. And even our drivers, our security guards, each one is owning a personal brand. And if we go back like 5,000, 10,000 years पहले हम जाएं, तब भी we will see that even our mythological characters like Lord Rama and Lord Krishna, they had a very strong personal brand. The way they dressed, the specific colors they always wore, and like Lord Krishna, his that Morpanki. So it was the way they communicated even. Yes. So they had a very specific personal brand, which set them apart from other gods. So personal branding is something which we really need to embrace if you need to be successful. It's the brand is all about what people say when you're not in the room, what they speak about you behind your back. It's your personal brand. It's not what they speak on your face. So we really coach people on how to refine their personal brand and how to enhance their personal brand basically.
It's basically, I think, what people recall you as when you're not present. For instance, if you have to remember me, I'm sure you're going to remember me by all the jewelry that I carry. So these are kind of things that become your personal branding. Anuji, we're talking about your work, we're talking about the image consultancy. Not much people know of it, but people are really interested. And at the same time, there are so many other people who really long, but they do not know who are the people who can actually connect. And who basically are the people you work for?
I work for a lot of people into corporate world, like they are connected with corporate world. I do a lot of workshops, private and personal workshops, so that people know about my work. Once they know about my work, they connect with me for one-to-one programs, and I do a lot of personal styling programs for women. So talking about women, I really this is my personal favorite subject, personal styling for women, because whatever change I had was through personal styling only. So women का सबसे बड़ा problem क्या होता है? Morning में they are standing in the front of their wardrobe and the problem is nothing to wear.
Exactly.
So सबके साथ होता है. I also have faced this problem. So we go to the root of the problem. So
Anuji, एक और question है which is really coming up again and again. Fashion and image consultancy. Why fashion? Women are really interested in fashion. Whatever is the current fashion, we want to follow it. And at times it doesn't suit us.
yeah.
For a fact, I have seen so many women who carry those fashion and they do not look good. And they look good very much in something which is very outdated. How do you combine both the things?
There's a special program which I run for fashion designing students. जैसे अभी जो current trends चल रहे हैं, what I make them do is कि अगर if there is a trend like there's a trend of crop top.
Yes.
अभी बहुत ज़्यादा in है, तो if a person whose body type doesn't allow her to wear a crop top, हमको उसमें क्या twist करना है, हमको कैसे body flaws hide करने हैं, we will make her wear a crop top, but we will design her image, we'll design her personality in such a way that it doesn't look odd. So blindly following a trend is always a disaster. So you should know what is your body and how to carry the trend with.
And I think that's where these image consultants and personal stylists come in. They don't make you feel outdated, but at the same time, you're in fashion and you're looking very good. Thank you so much, Anu, for being here. Before I go, how can somebody get in touch with you?
So guys, you can get in touch with me through my website, email ID and my phone number.
Thank you so much, Anu, for coming here, sparing your valuable time and speaking to all our viewers.
Thank you so much, Bhavna, for inviting me. It was all my pleasure.
And for more such videos and information, keep watching MR Infoline.